And I'll tell you who I am. Like, I met Melanie and Greg, who are some of the first people in North America to start trading with our academy about 4 or 5 years ago. And back then, I was drowning in $1 million in debt. I was working 3 jobs, 100 hours a week. I was exhausted. I was a landlord. I had 3 properties, 6 tenants, 5 units, 18 major appliances. I was exhausted. And I was doing everything that I knew how to do to be able to get ahead. But the truth is that I wasn't getting ahead. I would take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and I had a full plate and an empty cup. And it's pretty rare that people can understand that, but I know that Lee does. And so the fact that I can, speak my truth and be who I am and not leave any part of me off the table to be able to show up here and serve the organization, to be able to serve my team, to be able to build my business, build my bank account, it really gives me this level of blessing that I cannot explain. I used to have to shrink my strengths and kind of magnify my weaknesses in order to move ahead in business. And this is the first place where I got to show up exactly as who I am and bring all of me to the table and not have to wonder if that was enough, because all we're doing here is making money and teaching other people to do the same thing. It's really not that complicated. It's not like I used to work as a radio advertising rep. Okay, radio's complicated. Media's complicated. They've got the political dynamic to manage. They've got the technical dynamic to manage. And here I am as someone who doesn't really know how to bite her tongue or watch her P's and Q's. And I'm in trouble most of the time. I'm not a college grad. I dropped out of college, but I've got a degree in results and I'm willing to work hard. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're willing to work hard, but maybe not be pretty and perfect all the time, then you're probably in the right place. And so I went from working 100 hours a week, drowning in debt, working and being consistent, but also not really seeing any results in terms of a lack of pressure, a lack of the negative and an addition of the positive. And on the other side, I just wanted less of the pain and more of the pleasure. And then I met Melanie and Greg. And the cool thing about our team, our leaders, our mentors, is that they actually have dynamic relationships. They have passion and purpose. They have financial abundance. They have freedom in their time, in their money, in their speech. And I never knew that before I met these people. And so even though I had investments and I had business and I had success and I had a track record, I didn't really have, I had a ceiling. That's what I had. I had results, but I had a ceiling. And that ceiling kept me stuck. And what I wanted was to see what I was made of, not to hit a ceiling. And the Greenos taught me how to make my ceiling my floor, how to make the things that the world was telling me was too much, in fact, my strengths and the things that I could bring to the table, and how to make my business, bank account, and brand pretty dynamic. So now I have the freedom to do, be, and have whatever I want. And so I'm going to show you some tools, some resources, and some mentors of mine that have helped me go to the next level, and some other people that are doing the same thing tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a little bit of information about how it is that I learned from the people who have taught me how to put my money to work for me and why that matters. Because real talk, if you guys are trading time for money, it gets pretty tiring. I don't know about you, but I ran out of time before I ran out of money. Even though I was working 100 hours a week, I was like, all I have time to do is work and sleep, and I still don't have enough money. How does that happen? So I'm going to show you some of the tools that have bought back my time, bought back my energy, bought back my voice so that I could say what I want, be who I am, and just create a life that I actually enjoy and do it with cool people. And then you're going to hear from other people that are doing the same thing. So I hope that gives you a picture for who I am, and I will give you a picture for this tool that's allowed me to do that. All right. So I Am Academy. I Am Academy is the academy where I have learned how to buy my time back. And what I love about this company, what I love about this tool, this resource, this academy, is that their slogan is, what will you become? Because real talk, when someone says, what do you do? What do you say? You say, well, I sell radio advertising. I'm a realtor. I'm a real estate investor. So what we do dictates who we are. But if what you do takes an hour or two a day to be able to make the money you need, what will you become? That's been a really challenging conversation for me, because once you buy back your time and no one has any say on what your title is, yeah, you get to decide, which is pretty cool. So our story is simple. We empower people. And the concept that this company is built on is the cash flow quadrant. If you guys know who Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, cash flow quadrant is, I want you to put a 1 in the comments, because I want to know if I'm talking to people who have never heard of this stuff, or if I'm, one of the few people who got curious enough to read these books. Okay, I'm not the only one. This is good. So basically the concept of the cash flow quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki, is we have a rich dad, we have a poor dad. We have people who trade time for money, and we have people who put money and technology and effort to work for them. We have people who understand how the world works, and we have people who understand how to go to work, right? And I was always taught to be a hard worker and a good worker, but I didn't understand how to put things to work for me. And once I understood that the wrong side of money and the right side of money were different, here's the concept. So statistically speaking, 95% of people control 5% of the wealth. So imagine this, 95 skinny little squirrels fighting over 5 nuts versus 5 big, fat, happy squirrels sitting on a pile of 95 nuts. And if you think about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, in my opinion, one of the things that's the most upsetting about the last year and a half is the fact that the money that has been taken from the middle and lower class in their challenges over the last 18 months has been directly put into the top 1%'s pocket. And I am very angry about this, and I'm going to try not to rant tonight. But the fact that these good, honest, hardworking people are literally working in a system that is designed to make them fail. It's like the kid that you see running the wrong way on the soccer field. We're just taught that the wrong goal is where we're supposed to be pointed. And so the fact that there's a company where people who have created success for themselves, an academy where you can learn from people who have gone from running towards the wrong goal to running towards the right goal, and they're willing to turn you around and bring you and point you towards the place you're meant to be. I cannot be more honored to be a part of this mission. Started off as a business decision. I like money. If I can go out and make good financial decisions, that's going to work for me every time. But the fact that I can bring other people with me, and the fact that I can realize that the people who have been sold a lie, that going to work and trading their time for $20, $50, $100 an hour is going to get them freedom. When you really realize that when you put money and energy to work for you. So here's the talk. 95% of people work for themselves or someone else. 5% of people have a team or their money working for them. And that's the reason 95% of money, or 95% of people, are fighting for 5% of the money, and 5% of people are sharing 95%. So that's the goal of our company, is to teach you how to go from the wrong side of money to the right side of money. The solution is simple. Multiple streams of income. How many people have heard of the average millionaire has 7 streams? Have you guys heard that before? Put a 7 in the chat. I just want to know, am I the only one? Okay, but where do we start? Well, we got to start with mastering one thing at a time. You're not going to build a 7-figure income stream dabbling. But I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of time, energy, or money for a financial or an emotional disappointment. So I need to know what's the quickest way to the most results. And that's what I love about this company, is that it educates you on how you can capitalize on trading, e-commerce, and affiliate marketing, which are the fastest, most efficient tools to get you the highest results and have the most fun in the process. Because if it's simple, you don't have to make it complicated or challenging, right? So we've got these 3 tools, and we're going to talk about that today. So we're going to talk about trading, foreign exchange. Why foreign exchange? Well, because it's one of the largest financial markets in the world. It's actually $6.6 trillion a day is moving through this market. So what's foreign exchange? I'm in Canada and I want to go to the US and I can't use Canadian dollars down there, so I'm going to trade it. Is a Canadian dollar the same amount as a US dollar? No. Just like a Great British pound is not the same amount as an Australian dollar, which is fine, but there's a discrepancy in those values. You can make money on the shift, and that's what we teach you how to do. Now, here's the cool part. It's open 24 hours a day. How many of you feel like there's not enough time in the day and that after work is when you need to make money and before your family gets up is when you need to figure your stuff out? It's the only time you have to yourself. If it wasn't for the time before 7 a.m., I don't know if I'd ever have a minute to my own self. And that's what I love about this market is it's open 24 hours a day. And here's the magic. Now, I'm super risk adverse, and some people who know me would not agree with this because I'm very bold. But just because I'm bold doesn't mean I'm risky. I don't waste a time, a moment, an amount of energy or a dollar ever. I'm never going to waste anything. But you can learn how to exchange in these markets without wasting a dollar, without risking anything. Yes, you have to invest into your education, but just like you have to invest in going to university. And university is a beautiful thing. However, if you don't apply that education, you're not going to get anything from it. But imagine you could go to your internship, what's it called in medical school? I forget. Anyways, you can go to your internship and not risk anything, right? You're not putting money on the table. So we're going to teach you how to do that without risking your own capital. Then my favorite market is digital currency. Now, if any of you guys have heard anything about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, XRP, can I get a 111 in the comments? I just want to know how many of my crypto geeks or curious people are out there, because here's the thing is that there are global trends that happen, but not always do we get to be ahead of the curve. And for me, I grew up in a small town and I grew up on welfare. I grew up in a family that didn't have any advantages financially or logistically or in terms of my network. So finding out about something that's changing the future before it happens isn't something that was going to happen because I knew the right people, unless I got in front of the right mentors. And because of this platform, I was able to learn about what's changing the way that global forms of payment are made because I met the right people. And you're going to learn how to trade it without putting your own money at risk, which is next level. E-commerce, how many of you shop online? Can we get some 555s in the chat for anybody who's bought something on Amazon this week? I swear to goodness, if it wasn't for Amazon Prime, I don't know if I'd eat some days. So what we teach you how to do is to be on the right side of money, right? So on the right side of money, we make money on the online shopping. Now imagine you actually knew how to capitalize on these trends. You didn't know where to start, but you did have a desire. And that is what I love about the ECX Academy, is that it literally teaches you step by step, video by video. You can hit pause and go and apply the information you're being taught. So imagine, how would you feel if someone with a track record of results showed you exactly how to find trending items to sell, how to get customers, how to grow your sales, and then how to automate? I don't need it to be simple. I don't even need it to be easy. I just need it to be worth it. But what if it could be worth it and simplified? Mastering the markets, knowing how to build wealth and real freedom. Simply. Now, you got to be consistent. You got to show up every day. But imagine you had people with a track record who were going to show you the way. This is the best part. So we've got a few different academies. We've got the Forex Academy, which is foreign exchange. We've got High Frequency Academy, which is designed to teach you binary options. We've got digital currency, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that stuff. And we've got e-commerce, okay? We've got home-based business, because you remember 5% of people control 95% of the money. Do you remember the numbers? 95% over here, 5% control it. Out of the 5%, 1% is the investor, 4% is the business owner. You think we're going to leave that 4% on the table? We are not in the business of leaving money on the table. Okay. So we've got a home-based business academy. These are people who have been in Forbes magazine, Rolling Stone magazine, some of the top people in the world globally when it comes to business and online e-commerce. We're going to give you access to the knowledge that they know. Okay. This is the magic. We've got 100 full-time educators that are going to show you exactly what it is that they do on a daily basis that makes it so that they don't have to trade time for money anymore. For me, I had a lot of mentors, a lot of teachers that had some nice ideas, but they didn't have results. They didn't have the bank account to match the training that they had gotten or given. Here, these 100, 170, 200 educators, I think we're at 195 right now, they have results. They have the bank account to match what it is that they're teaching. So imagine you had hundreds of people that had exactly the lifestyle you want, that were willing to open up their computer and show you day by day what it is that they do to gain what it is that you want. That's all I needed. That's it. You're going to learn from the best. Now, here's the craziest thing. Remember, we talked about 24 hours a day? It's on your time. Your kids wake up at 7 a.m., wake up at 6. Your family goes to bed at 9 p.m., trade till 10:30. You do not have to sacrifice your life to be able to buy your freedom. Where else could you get in an hour or two a day freedom in 3 to 5 years? I don't know about you, but that's all I needed to hear. It can be designed around your schedule and you can make it work for you. Now, there's a few reasons that this happens. One is obviously the mentorship, because when you learn from like I have mentors that I will forever be grateful for, and their hindsight is 2020. We all know that. We can look back in our own life. But looking forward at our future, we can't see that same level of clarity. But our mentors can. Here's the other thing, is that they have tools and strategies that they've created based on their experience that allows them to have the shortcuts and the simplicity in their execution of their current knowledge. And what I love about our academy is that these high-level experts create tools and strategies, these algorithms, these systems that allow us to find the places within the market that we can enter and exit that will keep us the most profitable with the least amount of time, because we're in the business of buying freedom, right? And it doesn't matter if it's in the markets or if it's in e-commerce. These apps help you find trending products, help you create those little ads that follow you around through Facebook. It's next level. Okay. Now here's some apps that I am in love with, because I sit down and I trade in the morning before anyone goes to work, before anyone can bug me. It's amazing. I love it. But sometimes there's some really good trade opportunities that happen after 8 a.m. And if that's going to happen, I don't want to miss out on it. So I actually have alerts that come to my phone through Gold Cup swipe trades, Steady, Swipe Coin, that come to my phone that make sure that I don't miss out on a moment. So imagine you never missed out on a moment with your family, your friends, your colleagues, the memories that actually matter. Because real talk, money's important, but time can't be, you can't buy time. But the fact that we trade our time for money means that we're missing out on the important stuff. So instead of missing out on the important things, like my girlfriend, Teresa, she used to literally trade for 2 hours in the morning, go to work all day driving a rock truck, and come home and barely see her kids. A year and a half later, she's full-time at home. She trades for an hour and a half a day, and that's all she does for work. But she doesn't miss out on the moment. So a short-term season of sacrifice gave her her time back. However, she's still in the middle of pickleball, might take a trade. And that's what I love about these apps, is that you never miss an opportunity. Okay, so we keep it well organized in the Hello Center. And the biggest question we ask is, how do you get started? And I'm going to give you the prices right away, because real talk is $235. And if your curiosity isn't piqued at $235, I don't even know what to say. Cause like it's about my freedom, Phil's freedom, Lee's freedom, Tanya's freedom. Like the amount of people that are no longer slaving away at what it is that they thought was never going to get them where they wanted to go, and now have a tool that can get them what it is they always wanted. For $235, next level. Now that's US, of course. And yes, you're going to have to pay monthly. And if you're going to add it up, yeah, you could probably spend a whole $3,000 a year for a university class that might take you 2 to 5 years to learn how to buy your freedom back in a part-time vehicle that doesn't make you quit your job. Yeah, you might. But for $235, you can start, and then $175 a month, you can continue. Now, here's the fun part, is that it's on sale right now. I love sales. I'm such a dork. I love sales. I love value. It's on, I think it's $210 a month, and it's still $175 a month, but it's $210 to start. But we have this thing called an elite package. So it's supposed to be $325, and that's going to include the digital currency, the high frequency, and the foreign exchange. Now, you get some extra tools, you get some extra software, but it's also on sale. Only it's $275 to start, and then $275 a month. So imagine you get a deal on the thing that buys you your, like, what? This is next level to me. I love a deal on a pair of shoes, but the idea that they're giving me a deal on my freedom, I still can't believe it. Now, there are some tools that aren't included, and there are some tools that are included, and you really have to figure out what's going to be the best decision for you. But it's on sale, and that's my favorite thing. So we've got the e-commerce academy, $325 and $275. And if you want to learn how to trade and build an e-commerce store, it's really only $109 a month more than you're trading. So you can add it on. Okay. So this is something that I always laugh about, because my brother has a 4.1 GPA and graduated with honors, and I'm a college dropout. I always say I have a degree in results, not a degree in anything else, which is, it is what it is. And some people continue and they get their degree, and I didn't. But I've made some money in the process, and I've definitely found the most efficient way to make money is with this academy. And being able to bring a couple of friends with me, hold myself accountable, and be able to build a skill set that no one can take from me, I'll never be able to repay this academy at any level. But I want to introduce you to a couple of people who I've been able to bring alongside, that I've met along the way, that have created a shift and a change in their life so that they can buy their freedom. And I know firsthand, knowing their stories, that this is a unique tool that's been able to give that to them. So I'm going to start with Phil Tanita. So Phil Tanita is a Chairman 10. You'll learn what that means in a few minutes. And this gentleman is a mentor, a friend, and a confidant for me, who has taught me more about wisdom than I can ever give you. He's a world-class karate champion. He's literally kicked the butts of the toughest people globally. He has streets named after him in British Columbia, Canada. This guy is an entrepreneur through and through. I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 businesses he's run to the 6- and 7-figure level. He's humble, and he's kind, and he's gentle, but he will kick your butt at everything that matters. And so when he saw this academy, he saw something unique. He saw a place where he could not only go and win, because he wins at everything he does, but he could bring other people along the way. And some of the people that I know that I've seen him win with and for and through has been next level. And so I want to introduce Phil, and I want him to just tell you a little bit about what he knew about trading before the academy, about where he was financially before the academy, and what this has been like for him. Because real talk, I can tell you about the marketing all day, but if it doesn't work, who cares? But it's worked for him. And if it works for him, maybe it can work for you. So Phil, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for volunteering your energy and your efforts. And thank you for being here. And I would really appreciate you telling these guys like where you were before the academy and where you're at now and what you see for your future.
Well, thank you, Shanda. It's a great pleasure to be here and speak to everybody. Where I am now, and I can't see my screen, but it's okay. Where I am now is I got out of the smoky Okanagan, and I just show you quickly. I don't know, can you guys see those beautiful mountains up there?
We can. It's gorgeous. Where
Yeah,
are
so
you?
I'm up at Whistler right now, Whistler, BC, where they held the 2010 Olympics, Winter Olympics, and this is really one of my favorite spots on earth. And I decided, because I had the freedom to get the heck out of Kelowna, which is a beautiful place as well, just to come up and get some fresh mountain air and do some hikes and hang around and see some people. And that freedom I did not have prior to IM Academy. That freedom I did not have because I was in a grind for 17 years in a business. You know, if you remember Shanda speaking about the 95% of us out there that were self-employed, I was creating my own prison. And I had created a business which is pretty successful. However, let me tell you, the inmates were running the asylum. And I say that with, man, I could not get away from it. So prior to this, I was really stuck time-wise. I was making okay money, but I really had my foot in the alligator trap and I just could not get out. And so for me, when I saw I Am Academy, I will share with you this, is that I did see freedom. I did see a way out. And I didn't care how damn long it was going to take for me to master it. I was going to do it. And so I looked at it with a bit of a different view, that it's a marathon, maybe, but I could walk that marathon because there is no timeline. I was going to make it across that finish line. And, you know, within about 10 months, just by using the tools, just by sharing, you know, Shanda's presentations, not my presentations, that's for darn sure. But by sharing the presentation every Monday night, I would invite people to it. And those people got excited by what they heard and the stories they heard. They didn't get excited by what I told them. They got excited about what they had seen, what they had heard from other people, by the testimonies that were being shared, and by the academy. And with that, people said, yeah, I want to learn this for myself, not for Phil, not for anybody else. They wanted to learn it for themselves. And thank God, because we can't speak about results here, but I have good, close friends that have mastered the academy, and they're doing pretty well. And their life has completely changed. And now they breathe the same freedom. So, you know, if I'm speaking to you out there that, you know, could be the newest person looking at this, or somebody that's been just fighting, but tired. And it's a process. And just stay in the battle, because the end results are what you want to keep your eye on. You want to keep your eye on that time freedom. And yeah, it took me a while to get there. Like, it took me 10 months to replace my income. Actually, I didn't replace it. I replaced it a lot faster than that. But you need that security of being a little bit further ahead of the pack. Not trading one for the other. But anyways, I don't want to talk numbers, but I was able to, instead of working and thinking about my business every single day, I was able to take it down to 1 day a week. So, you know, 16 years of grinding and down to 1 day a week, man, that's a great feeling. So I wish that upon everybody. And you can do it. This academy has the opportunity for you to do it. So study, follow, work hard. It's not easy. Just take it from that perspective. You are going to do it, and you can do it. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's for sure. Thanks, Shanda.
Oh, Phil, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your vacation for us. Now, it's so funny because you hear him say that he can't share numbers. We don't share bank account balances. It's not classy, nor is it really reasonable that we share with you what's possible. The truth is, you wouldn't believe us if we told you. However, what we can say is that there's a different way to be able to create freedom. And whether it's with trading or it's with being a part of our company and actually like being a part of our sales force. We have a commission structure for our sales team, just like our tools make people money. And we have customers that don't go to work anymore, just like we have team members who don't go to work anymore. They get to make their own decisions. And what I love about Phil is that he does both, because he doesn't leave money on the table. He's a black belt. He doesn't leave nothing on the table. And he brings everyone with him in that he can. And so, Phil, thank you for your time, for your energy, for your compassion, for your diligence, for your wisdom. It just means the world to me to learn from and work with you, and to know someone who's that caliber. Like, I literally can't. So thank you, Phil, for your time and your energy. And thank you to your wife for letting us borrow you for a few moments here on your vacation. We appreciate you, and congratulations on getting your work week down to 1. They say there's a 4-hour work week. I know he's gotten down to 8 hours, which is pretty close. Pretty close. We'll get you down to 4 hours here pretty quick here, sir. So
yeah, I'm stretching it when I say I work 1 day a week.
Okay. So that's a big week for you. Can you guys imagine working 1 day a week? That's
Take care, you guys.
Appreciate you, Phil. All right. So now I'm going to hand it over to Tanya. And Tanya is another lady that I've met along this path, this journey, and that has this skill set. You know, she's not as far ahead as Phil. Phil's been doing this for a couple of years. He's replaced his income. He's replaced his job. He's replaced his business. He's completely bought his time back. He's sitting in Whistler, one of the most expensive cities in Canada, and he's enjoying a 5-star experience. Okay. So that's what it gets you if you're willing to stick it out. But we all know that there's a place between here and there. And often we don't see the journey. And what I love about Tanya is that she's right here. She just started recently. She's just started applying the knowledge, the basics, the mentorship that she's been receiving. And she's willing to take it slow, to take one step at a time, and to celebrate the victories in the process. And so I want you to hear from this woman who's been doing this for a minute and has come a little bit along the way, and yet has so much further to go, but in my opinion, has done so much to get where she is. And so, Tanya, I just appreciate your heart, your diligence, your consistency, your coachability. More than anything I can appreciate about you is the fact that you just follow directions, because it takes guts to do something you've never done and to follow someone who has something you've never got and to just apply. But that's what we're in the business of. And so I appreciate you as being a good student, a good team member, and a good friend, and just a positive light in everything that we do, because the world's dark enough. We don't need more of that. So would you tell these people a little bit about like where you were before you found the Academy, where you've been since, and what the journey's been like for you, and maybe what you would say to someone who's brand new and maybe looking at this for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me on board. It's an honor to be here with you, Shanda, and a ninja of all people. Awesome. So it's so funny that you mentioned following rules, because that's something that I love to do. When someone tells me what to do, I will just go to the moon with them if it's the right way. Now, before joining IM Academy, I was working as a police officer in Australia in this town called Armidale. And I was a single mom at the time. And I remember just working these crazy shifts. You know, there were just long days and long nights. And then those days turn into nights and the nights turn into days. And I remember just coming home absolutely exhausted. Like, you know, I wanted to spend time with my kids, but what I really wanted to do was just pass out and just sleep forever. And that wasn't the life that I wanted to have. And, you know, it was okay for a little bit, but, you know, it's paying the bills and everything. But there are just these precious moments with our kids. And I felt like I was missing out on all of them. So I reached out to a friend of mine, Darla, and I hired her as my coach and as my mentor. And I have no problem investing in myself. So I reached out to Darla and I had this conversation with her. And I remember thinking, this is going to sound so far-fetched to her, but I said, Darla, what I really want in life is to just travel the world with my kids. I would love to just go to some place like Canada and live on a mountain somewhere and then just spend all my days skiing with the kids and having adventures, right? Because that was where I wanted to be, not where I was. And so we put this plan together and we started building multiple streams of passive income, okay? Because money is not enough, because you need time and money. That's the key. So we were building multiple streams of income, and Dell introduced me to the IM Academy. And I guess to be part of the biggest financial market in the world, for me, that was a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. So fast forward 12 months, I resigned as senior officer at Armidale Police. And 2 weeks later, I moved my family to Canada, and I happened to be living on a mountain, and we spend all our days skiing in the winter and hiking in the summer. Like, as crazy as that sounded then, we're living that life now. And since joining the IM Academy, I've gone from having zero experience in trading to having success with trading. And, I guess my days are, I wake up in the morning, just like Shanda says. I wake up before my daughter does. And I do 1 hour of education with my mentor, with the live educators. I ask questions, I get help. And on top of the live educators, I have this group, this family, this community of like-minded people around me that are guiding me and pushing me forward. And it was so funny. Like, just today, I got a call from a woman in our community, in our group. Her name is Leah. And I have never met her. I have never spoken to her, but she reached out just to cheer me on. Like, my customers back at work, they never called me and said, hey, thanks for leading me in the right direction, and here's all these good feelings and great vibes. Like, that never happened, but it does in this community. And I spend the rest of my day with my daughter. We go and hang out, we go and pick berries, we're going hiking, we look at the bears and find the deers, and to me, that's magical. To me, that's life, and that's freedom, and that's the beauty about this academy. It can do all of these things.
Who else is that magical for? Do you guys feel the magic in that experience of saying, I want something for myself, I want something for my family, I want something for my future, and then going and getting it a year later? Like that. It doesn't just feel magical, it is magic. And what I love is that you got your hopes up. And so many of us are too busy being skeptical that we don't have the opportunity to be hopeful. And I believe that hope deferred makes the heart sick, and that when we walk by faith and we really step into what it is that we want, that we live with no regrets. And it's so beautiful. And I'm so proud of you for taking the brave step, the courageous step of doing the crazy things that most people think is impossible, and willing to go and educate yourself and listen to your mentors, invest in yourself. One of the things you said at the beginning was that you're not afraid to invest in you. And the truth is that's always our number one best investment, because you have complete control over the results of what you invest in yourself. If you don't apply that information, there's nothing we can do with it. You can sign up for this academy. You can pay your $200-$300 and not do anything with it. Or you can apply your knowledge. You can give it the time and the energy that it deserves. And for some people, it might be a year, and some people it might be 4. It doesn't matter. Realistically, the time's going to pass anyways. What are you going to do with it? And the fact that what you've done is you've fought for your freedom, you've gone to the next level, you've given your family what it is that they could have only hoped for or dreamed of or thought was magic or a fairy tale, and you've done it. All the sacrifices, the early mornings, the late nights, the hard times where you wanted to hit snooze. Like, I'm so freaking proud of you, girl. And I'm so excited that we're just getting started. And so I don't know about you guys, but maybe just maybe you're willing to do the hard stuff. Maybe just maybe you're willing to log in and watch what someone who has what you want does to get what you want, and you're willing to do that thing. And what I'm going to show you right now, this is one of my favorite tools. I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools, and then we'll get into the next steps. Okay. So watch this. Thank you, Tanya, for everything. Okay. Let me see. Da, 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 da.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are absolutely phenomenal, and it is such a pleasure. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So here we are. Share. Can you guys see that? Can you see my color screen? Give me a thumbs up. Tanya, can you see it? Phil, are you guys?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I want to show you what one of our tools looks like. Okay. So there's two sides to this business. You can work for a company. You can work with our company. You can share this mission, this vision, and you can learn the skill set that we teach people, right? We're an academy, but we also need people to help us enroll students. So there's two parts to this. But I want to show you what the tools and the strategies that we show people how to learn the skills. Okay, this is the largest financial markets in the world. It's not, if it was easy, everyone would do it and it wouldn't pay very well. So it's complicated. It's technical. We're not going to pretend like it's not, but real talk, we have some really, really, really good traders that are willing to break it down and show us some shortcuts. And I believe there's two ways to learn: mentorship and mistakes. And I have made enough mistakes in my life. I'm willing to shortcut anything I can past mistakes. So here's a tool that I trade with almost every day. Okay. This is called colors. Can you guys, if you're colorblind, we have other tools, but real talk, if you can tell colors and shapes, which I learned in kindergarten, and I was actually trading with a 7-year-old this morning. So if he can do it, you can do it. Okay. So I want you to tell me if the colors line up. Okay. Here's a green arrow. Y'all can see the green arrow? Give me a 1 in the comments if we can see the green arrow that my mouse is on right here. Okay. So we've got a green arrow. Yeah. We've got a green candle. You'll learn what a candle means. It doesn't matter. This whole thing right here, it's green, right? Yeah. We got a 1 in the comments for the green candle. We've got a green box. Can you see this green section right here? This whole thing right here, it's green. Yeah, it's also green. Okay, now let's look right underneath. Is this a green bar? Yeah, it is. Now, is this a green bar? Okay, so when all the colors line up with this tool, what does it mean? If it's green, it's going up. If it's red, it's going down. I don't know about you, but when I saw this, I was like, Lord have mercy, I can do this. I am a college dropout, loudmouth, crazy chick who has ADD for sure. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. We have dyslexics. We have college dropouts. We have executives. We have kids that are doing this. Why? Because hindsight's 2020, and our mentors have given their hindsight to us. So here's colors. This is one of our tools. Now this is extra. It's not included in the package. It's extra $50, whatever. I've never seen anything this simple in my life, but if you can tell that's green, that's green, that's green, this is green, and this is green, and therefore it goes up, you can do this. So that's our tools. That's our software. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to show you what it looks like if you want to take this information and you actually want to be a part of our mission of sharing this with the world, because there's some money on the table. And I'm not going to lie, like, I don't leave money on the table. And it's one thing to make money with a tool. It's another thing to make money sharing a tool with people that also makes you money. And that's what building a business and being an independent business owner looks like. Remember, we have 5%, 4% are business owners. Okay, so we've got the colors. If you guys can tell that that was all green, we can do the 1% of people that are on the right side of money. What's the other 4%? If you're not in the business leaving money on the table, then I want you to listen up. Now, 90% of people never do this. I would say, I think it's actually 13% of people will actually be a part of the company mission, vision, and sharing the information. The other 87%, they just trade, they make their millions, it's fine, whatever. You know, they're going to do their deal. they might not make millions. I'm just saying that word for fun, but like they'll do their thing. They'll learn their skill. They'll build their education. They will create their freedom with the tools and software. Okay. So imagine you decided to go do your thing, go study a skill, go build a skill set that creates complete financial freedom for you, and actually tell somebody. Maybe like me, I am sick and tired of traveling alone. I want all the people to come with me. I am sick and tired of sitting in a hotel room. I'd rather have an Airbnb full of 100 people. I am a social person. So I want to bring people with me. So what does that look like? You refer 3 people, you make $150 a month. 6 people or 12 people, you make $600 a month. US, every single month, no matter what you do. Now imagine everyone you know and everyone they know start potentially making money, like learning a skill set in the largest financial markets in the world. And there's a total of 30 of them. That's $1,000 a month US. Now, some of you, that's everyone you know is 30 people, and everyone they know is 30 people. And that's total everyone. Now, there's some of us who like people and have some friends and like talking to new humans and make conversations with their servers and, you know, can add their cab driver to Facebook. Now, for those of us who know some people and believe in sharing this, there's some money on the table. You share this with 75 people, you're going to make $500 every Friday, US, every Friday. Now imagine, okay, I'm going to give you a picture. Tanya is a platinum 600, $150 every Friday, no matter what she does. I'm a platinum 5,000, $1,250 every Friday, no matter what I do. Phil, chairman 10, 500 people in his team, $2,500 every Friday, no matter what he does. People we learn from, study from, that have mastered the skill of sharing this information and being marketers in the global world, in the industry. They're chairman 50s. The Greenos are they're the mentors and the trainers in Freedom Revolution. 2,500 people, $12,500 every single Friday, no matter what they do. Now, I don't know about you, but I saw these numbers and I was like, okay, well, at first it's interesting, but real talk, 5,000 people is a small town in Idaho. That's not even a real city. It's one stop sign. It's a small high school. Like, how many people were in your high school? How many people were in your hometown? Okay, 5,000 total people that want to make money online, want to learn how to capitalize on large financial markets in the world, want to learn how to be on the right side of money. 5,000 total. Everyone you know, everyone they know, everyone they know, and everyone they know. $100,000 a month US. I don't know about you, but I don't have a shot to do anything near that. Did I mention our customers know how to capitalize on the largest financial markets in the world? I ain't never seen anything like this, y'all. And if you see what I see, then I need you to get back to the person that invited you here. Now, there's a couple of things that are really special about our team is that we have some of world-class networkers and business builders. Okay, so what do you get that comes special with our team? Social media and branding trainings, proven scripts and tools to be able to share this information so you don't have to make your own marketing material. Facebook groups with 10,000+ people. I think it's almost 15,000 people that show testimonies every single day. Free mentorship to a team app system that allows you and your team members to get access to all the resources that they need to download the right apps and join the right groups and be a part of the right training. Mentored by the top leaders in the company. Okay. Absolutely next level. So there's 3 types of people that see this information. Okay. There's the kind of people that say thanks, but no thanks. And they're probably gone, which is cool. Bye. Okay. Then there's second kind of person. Second kind of person says, I just want to trade. I just want to learn how to multiply my own money. That's awesome. Appreciate you. Let's get you started. Let's get you plugged in. You've got a 5-day money back guarantee. If you hate it, cancel. It's month to month. You're not committed to anything. Let's just get you in. Let's get you plugged in. Learn about crypto. Learn about what's going on in the financial markets. Use your tools and software. Okay. Now there's a third kind of person that says, holy Hannah, there's 500 people pays 10 grand a month. Holy Hannah, Phil can do it. I can do it. Holy Hannah, Shanda can do it. I can do it, if Tanny can do it, I can do it. Holy Hannah, I know some people. I think I could do 6-7 figures. Maybe, just maybe, I have what it takes. Maybe, just maybe, this is my one shot. It might not be my first choice, but it is my last chance. And I am ready to go to the top. And if you're a 1, 2, or a 3, you need to get back to the person that invited you here and let them know which number you are. Because every strategy is different. We're not going to try to make you or change you or create you into something you're not. But we are going to give you the tools and strategies to get what you came for. And we just want you to get what you came for. So if you came for time freedom, we got you. If you came for money freedom, we got you. If you came for a supportive community, we got you. If you came for tools and systems and mentorship at a level that you wouldn't have had access to because of your financial situation, your birth situation, or your location, we got you. And if you're good because your life is exactly the way you want it, then we bless you. So with that, get back to the person that invited you here. Let them know if you're a 1, 2, or 3, and we're going to get you connected to the next step so that you do not have to be anywhere you don't want to be a year from now. And if you are where you were a year ago, then maybe, just maybe, this is the right time to make a decision that will change your situation, and information can do that. So with that, I am going to play some music because I love a good party. I love some good music, and I love some good people. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone, for spending your time here tonight, and we will see you on the inside. All right, get back to the person that invited you here. Let them know if you're a 1, 2, or 3, and I can't wait to trade with you. We're going to trade together tomorrow. We're going to use colors. We're going to use DeLorean. We're going to crush it together, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.